All right, Libra. Here's the energy coming through, the Two of Swords. So maybe needing to make a difficult decision, feeling like your hands are tied in a situation here. Maybe you know what the situation is, but you're not ready to make that tough call. What I like about this deck is the way the hands are tied, because it shows that, there's a reason why you can't make the decisions that you need to make right now. And in the past. So now, who's this? Now, for some of you, you may be having difficulty making a decision based on a person. And when you're looking at the King of Wands, you are looking at fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. Now, that could be anywhere in somebody's chart. What's more important to me is the description of the court card. So when you're looking at the King of Wands, you're looking at the man of passion. This is somebody that's going to be really attractive to you. They're going to be really exciting to be around. They might be a little bit cocky. It just depends here. But you're still stuck needing to make a decision. Now, this could be with somebody that you have a romantic interest in. This could be a family member, a boss. It just depends here. But, your inability to make a decision is going to be based on possibly a person, and possibly a person that's coming back from the past, being in the position that he's in. But we shall see. Now, in terms of the energy, though, around you, this could simply be for some of you needing to have a little bit more confidence in the decisions that you make, because the King of Wands does chart his own course. This is somebody that is constantly looking at the horizon. The only problem that I have with the King of Wands is commitment. There is a lack of commitment and attention to detail. Being the fire sign, they have a tendency to start a project and then not finish it. It just depends here. But, again, you're stuck in this situation with them, or needing to make a difficult decision about them or about the things that you are trying to do. Oh, very nice, very nice. So in the present, you have the star, hope, healing, especially with, eternal youth being here. This is good, especially if you're seeking to be perfect. The star, hope, healing, hope for the future, having your wishes fulfilled too. So for some of you, you may be in a situation here where you're healing possibly a relationship with another person, but there's still difficulty here on, what decisions to make, But I do like the star being here, especially with the King of Wands being underneath that, because even if this doesn't have to do with a person, there's a little bit more hope with the plans that you're making for yourself. Future conditions, the Four of Wands. Well, now, when I see the Four of Wands, I'm thinking about, commitment and a stable foundation and building on this foundation. But there's also celebration here. It's like taking some time out to celebrate the accomplishments that you've made. And it's good. But if you're talking about a person here, you're talking about a commitment that's being made that you're building on, especially if you're doing healing within a relationship. The only problem is that there are still some difficult decisions that need to be made. And are you willing to do that? Or is that what you're doing now, especially with the star being there? That's good. That's really good. Now, your best path to follow, the Two of Coins. Wow, talking about, decisions, right? Making decisions. The Two of Coins. So here, this may be a situation where you're trying to figure out how to balance this into your life. Now, the other thing too is when you're making a commitment, whether it's to, something that you're doing here or a person, it's you shouldn't have to be trying to figure out where to put this in your life. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you need to decide what you can kind of put off to the side so you don't feel like you're dropping the ball on anything, right? Now, when you're looking at the Two of Coins, you're flexible. It's saying that you are flexible and able to keep everything going. But, when it comes to making this difficult decision, it may be on, well, how do I fit this into my life? How do I fit this situation in? Like, I still have other things that I need to manage and take care of. And that may be where like the difficult decision is coming in here. Now, it doesn't look bad because I'm looking at you like making a commitment here and building on a better foundation after doing some healing. So it could be that for a lot of you, you're getting clarity on the decisions that you need to make, where maybe in the past you weren't willing. It's almost like you weren't willing to make that decision to, do that healing process, and again, possibly with a person. Now, again, when it comes to like charting your own course, when we're talking about the King of Wands, it could be a situation here where you're needing to like manage out finances so that you can do the things that you're wanting to do here. But either way, with the Two of Coins, you got to be careful about constantly being in the balancing act. I feel like what Spirit is trying to say here is that you need to make room for this in your life. And that may be, again, where, that difficulty is coming in with the Two of Swords. Now, in your environment, wow, the Seven of Coins. This is about reevaluating the situation. This, to me, is not so much about waiting. It's about seeing the results through the efforts that you put through. And you're asking yourself here, am I seeing the results that I want? And for a lot of you, it's reevaluating the situation with possibly, again, with a person or what it is that you're planning here with the King of Wands. Now, when I'm looking at that connected to the star, it kind of feels like in the past you may not have seen what you wanted to, but things may be a little bit different now, but you're still in that reevaluating process. Like, okay, if I'm willing to make the decision to do this, I better see something different than what I have seen before, because again, that Two of Swords is right there in the middle. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think for some of you, you're just getting clarity and kind of seeing the situation differently. And again, with the King of Wands, this could be a person that you're attracted to. It could be your relationship, and this could be a work relationship. It just depends here. But, I'm looking at you seeing the situation from, a different angle here with the Seven of Coins, but you're looking at how to move forward. It's not just about like, it kind of has the Hangman feel a little bit, but it's not needing to see it in a different perspective. It's more of reevaluating what you can do to continue to see the things that you want to see, especially if you're making difficult decisions to fit this into your life. But again, when you come out here, you look good. You're building on something positive here. It's just shit. Your hopes and your fears. The Hangman. So maybe you are doing some waiting and seeing. Now, with the Hangman again, I mean, the both of them being here, it is seeing the situation in a different perspective. Now, for some of you, I kind of get the feeling that if you are dealing with a person, you're looking at a situation here where it's like you may be waiting on them to see things differently. Like it almost feels like you need them to see things through your eyes, like putting themselves in your shoes for a minute, right? But, again, with the Hangman, when you're talking about being in that state of limbo, it is about self-sacrifice, but the sacrifice there is the ego, which, brings me back to the King of Wands, because you're talking about somebody who typically has a very healthy ego. Their egos will precede them. So I kind of feel like for some of you, you're waiting to see if like they're going to start seeing things from your perspective and seeing things a little bit differently here, especially if you're willing to make the effort to make the difficult decision to go through the healing process. But either way, it looks like you, regardless of whatever happens, you're building on a better foundation here with the Four of Wands. Things, look like they're getting better and more stable for you, especially with the star being here. It's just that I think where the difficulty lies is if you're dealing with a person, it's like needing for them to see things differently. damn it, if you're willing to go through this and to make the difficult decision to do the healing that's necessary and continue this growth, they better start seeing things from a different perspective than just their own. But then that also applies to you, but I feel more like if you are dealing with a person, and this could be male or female, because of us doing a general reading here, but if this is having to do with a person, you are waiting for them to see things through your eyes. Like, if we're going to do this, you have to see things from my perspective as well. If I'm willing to do it for you, you have to do it for me, basically. Oh. All right. Now, yeah, I got to take some wine here, guys. Your outcome on this is the Four of Swords. Now, this may be you needing to just take a break from this situation and needing to do some healing on your own. This is also talking about no communication. Like, there is no communication happening here. This is silence. This is silence. And it's still going to be a difficult decision for you to continue to build on, a commitment that you may be making here, whether it's something that you're doing, if it's a new job, or if it's a person. Whatever that King of Wands is representing for Libra, you're waiting for either yourself or somebody else to see things through a different perspective. I think you get to the point here where, you're willing to make the effort, but it's like you're waiting on them to do the same thing. The healing is there. It's possible, but I think it's more for you than it is, just with a different situation here with this King of Wands. The Four of Swords is suggesting that you're like, you know what? No, I need some time for me. I need some time to think for me. I don't want to talk right now. I cannot make this decision. I'm willing to make a commitment and to build towards something better, but I need to take some time out for me to do some healing, to think about things, and again, you're setting a high standard. You're not messing around here when you're looking at perfection. You're expecting to see something better here. I'm setting a higher standard, not just for myself, but for the people that I have around me. And for a lot of you with, eternal youth coming through, for some of you, you're going to need to take that break because you may be feeling extremely wore out by this situation, looking at the Two of Swords being there. It bothers me a little bit. But I think that coming out of this, ultimately, you're going to do what is right for you. Even if you need to take a break from a person and say, you know what, if you're not willing to see things through my eyes, then I'm just going to put you on hold. Like, you're just going to be put on hold for a minute. Like, I need to take some time for me to think about things. I need to think about what I need to do to build a better foundation for myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily a bad thing because, again, the star is there. And even if you're dealing with like health issues here, looking between, eternal youth and perfection, the Four Swords and the star, you're going to be fine. Like, you're going to be fine. But I do think that the reason why the Two of Swords there is like, right? And looking at it now and looking at the Two of Coins, yeah, this may be a situation where it's like, where am I fitting this into my life? Especially if they're not willing to meet me halfway, So yeah, Libra, I do think that by the end of this week, if you're willing to put the first foot forward, you have to, make sure that the other person, if you're dealing with another person, is going to meet you halfway. If not, then, we can just shut off communication for a minute so that I can think about what I need to do and do some healing for me. Woo, Libra. All right, we're going to take a look at my favorite deck here, the Soul Trees, to see what other messages we can get for you guys on this. Now, for those of you who, I know sometimes I pull clarifiers when I'm looking at the outcome, but just so you know that the reason why I don't do this when we do general readings is because it is a general reading. I'm opening up to a much larger audience. But when I do my personal readings, just so all you guys know, I clarify everything. For those of you who have done personal readings with me, and I jump from the next spread to the next and we clarify everything. But the reason why, again, I don't do that with, the weekly readings is because we are talking about general energy. And if I feel like I need to clarify the outcome, I will. But then, again, that's where I say, if this is resonating with you, then definitely, if you want to schedule a personal reading with me. And just so you guys know, I only charge $40 to start with. All right, so basically, oh crap, Libra. First of all, you need assurance. You have to have some assurance here, damn it, before you're willing to do anything. And that is the only way that your creative center and your heart center are going to start spinning, especially if it comes to another person. That sacral chakra is, your creative center. It's also the sexual energies, right? And with the heart center, with both of these spinning and open, that's a good thing. It is a good thing. But damn it, if you're going to get those open for somebody or any situation here, you need some assurance. And I don't blame you on that. And that's kind of where the feeling is coming from on this, especially if you're dealing with a person here. Wow, Libra. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. So now I am going to ask you what you need to see from the love oracles. So you have a choice here. We're either going to do the romance angels, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys, or we are going to do whispers of love. So you guys tell me which deck you want me to pull from for you guys. Are you guys still with me? Please tell me I didn't crash. Whispers of love. Okay, so I've got one for whispers of love. Is that what we're doing? Whispers. Whispers. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, guys. We are doing whispers of love. And, just so you guys know, I kind of wanted to talk to all of you guys about this. I did buy some software recently to start creating my own tarot deck, but we're also looking at an oracle deck. And what I noticed is that there isn't a lot of love oracle decks. And I've heard before that people feel like the romance angels are getting a little wore out. So if you guys have any suggestions on cards that should be added to an oracle deck, don't be afraid to email me on that. I'm open to all the suggestions. Ooh, okay. All right. Now, first you pulled honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully in a loving manner. And that's not just for you, but that's the other person you're dealing with. You need honesty and you need assurance. That's going to be the most important thing moving forward. Now, in terms of new love, embrace this opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth, right? There may be a new opportunity here for you guys, whether it's a new love or it's a new job or a new adventure with that King of Wands. Now, it's saying that you need to embrace the opportunity, but damn it, honesty is what's going to be important, and that assurance. Like, you need both. You need both when it comes to this situation. Oh my goodness, Libra. This one, it doesn't surprise me, and it doesn't surprise me when it comes to Libra. So I have a little bit of a bias when it comes to Libra because I have 4 planets in Libra, including Venus. So I get it. Like, I get it.